Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to my 2021. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video, which is going to be my beauty or makeup, really my makeup resolutions for 2022. So I did this video at the start of this year, my 2021 makeup resolutions, and this is things that I wanted to do more, do less, or stop doing or start doing when it comes to my makeup and my makeup routine. So I'm going to reflect, I'm going to talk about how I did with those resolutions, and I'm going to set myself 5 more new resolutions for this next year. So let's talk about this year's makeup resolutions and how I got on to begin with. So my first resolution for this year was to start doing or to do more winged liner. I just love the way winged liner looks. I think it's tricky on hooded eyes, and it's tricky for those of us who are just not that skilled or don't have an artistic hand, a light hand, a dainty little hand. That's definitely not me. And it is something that I really have struggled with, but I feel like it's one of those things that the more you do it, the better it gets, and kind of shying away from it or avoiding it, you're never going to get any better that way. So that was my resolution for this year, to do more winged liners, and I definitely have done. I've definitely kind of made it a more regular part of my makeup. It's nothing I'm scared of anymore, and it is something that I really like doing and just really elevates a look. Like, you can kind of do a soft glam look and add a wing, and it suddenly like elevates your look like 3 or 4 levels, I feel like. And also you can do absolutely nothing to your eyes, a bit of bronzer in the crease, but add a winged liner and it suddenly is like a finished look. And I just really enjoyed playing with my wings this year, and also using shadow as well, which I think is really flattering and much easier if you're just getting started or you're trying to perfect the technique. So I definitely think I succeeded on this one. I could do more of them for sure. I could keep doing more and more and more. I could do them every day, but I don't always feel like it. But I definitely feel like I did more, and I definitely improved my technique. The next resolution I set myself was to wear more of my lipsticks. I have a huge lipstick collection, probably topping 100 now, and it's very hard, like lots of shades just get lost in there. So what I set myself a challenge of doing is picking out like 5 lipsticks at the start of each week and making sure that I wore those 5 lipsticks during that week, or at least tried them or remembered that they were there. And that has completely solved that issue. Now I feel like I don't forget about my favorites. I make sure I'm pulling out my favorites all the time. I'm making sure those ones that haven't been worn for a long time, that I know that I love, get pulled out, and I do that every week. And that has been a very good and fun little habit to make sure that lipsticks just aren't getting lost at the back of the cupboard, that I actually really love. So I initially set out all my lipsticks on my counter so that they were all there and I could visually see them, and the next step was pulling a few out that I wanted to use each week and kind of having that rotation going. The next resolution was to wear more colour, and not just when it comes to eyeshadow, but trying different. And it doesn't, when I say wearing more colours, I don't mean necessarily always over the top bright neon colours. I just mean stepping outside of my safe zone. So my safe zone really, when it comes to eyeshadow anyway, is either neutrals or green and purple pinks. Those are kind of my safe colours. But I also wanted to try this when it comes to blush and when it comes to lipsticks as well, not just eyeshadows. I feel like I did this decently well this year. I purchased Circa Loco and I purchased Zendo, 2 of the brightest palettes that I have in my collection this year. Did I fall in love with bright neon colours? No, definitely not. I still definitely kind of prefer my shades and the shades I know that suit me and the ones that I lean towards. But I definitely pushed myself a little bit out of my comfort zone and tried different colours. And I found that my bluey, smoky shades that I found in my Natasha Denona 5 pan, and also that smoky quality that the Natasha Denona Retro palette brings to the table as well. Both of those palettes were surprises for me, pushing myself out my comfort zone and trying different colours and colour combos. I'd say when it comes to cheeks, it's pretty much a fail. I just don't like pinks and berries on my cheeks. I don't like how they look. I have tried some this year. I've definitely given them a go, but they're just not for me. And I've definitely tried some more lipstick colours this year. I've tried richer, deeper, more vibrant colours. I've got completely comfortable with wearing reds and actually really love and enjoy wearing reds now. So that was definitely a success because it made me try more, but it's not one that kind of paid off as such. I still like what I like. The next resolution was to clean up my eyeshadow edges. So what I mean by this is to take a cotton pad or concealer and clean up the edge of my eyeshadow where it kind of gets a bit smudged and blurry, where you've kind of blended out the edges. I always do my eyeshadow first, and I used to just then finish my eyeshadow and go on with my base makeup. Now I always make sure every single time I do my makeup to clean up this edge. It just really lifts your whole face, lifts that eye area, lifts the whole face, and it kind of adds to that snatched look that we're going for when you use the concealer to kind of angle up the eye and the face. I feel like so flattering, and it really makes a difference to your eyeshadow, but also your whole makeup. If you just leave that kind of a bit messy around the edges of the eye, it really does kind of drag everything down and it just kind of looks a bit unfinished. So that was one that I was like, when I decided I was going to do that, I stuck to it and I do it every single time without fail now. And my fifth resolution was to spend more time and get better at doing my brows. So this is an interesting one because I wouldn't say I spend more time on them now. I'd say if anything, I spend less time on them. But what I did do this year is discover brow lamination. So now I don't have to spend any time barely on my brows, but they look 10 times better than they did at the beginning of the year, and I love my brows now. They are exactly how I want them to look, minimal effort, and yeah, so that one, I cheated, I guess you could say. I don't spend more time on them, I cheated, which, who's the real winner here? So that's how I did with my makeup resolutions for this year. So now what resolutions am I gonna make for the next year, for 2022? What are my resolutions going to be? So number one, this is gonna be surprising, I feel, but it's to find a new Holy Grail primer. Now, if you've been here even a day, even if this is just not your first video that you've seen from me, you'll probably know my Holy Grail primer I cannot do my makeup without is the Tatcha Silk Canvas. I love the liquid and I love the solid as well. I've used that primer pretty much every time I've done my makeup for maybe 3 or more years now. And I love it. I love everything about it. However, Tatcha is still not available here in the UK. There are no official stockists of Tatcha in the UK. You either have to buy it at a vastly elevated price via an unauthorized retailer, which I don't love doing and have had very, very bad experiences doing a few times, let me tell you. Or you have to buy it from the Tatcha website in the US, and the shipping is almost as much as the product, which I hate doing and categorically do not want to do. I'm very lucky that I have friends in the US who will very kindly ship me a Tatcha Silk Canvas when I want to, but I just am fed up with doing it. And I'm fed up with Tatcha not recognising the UK market, not attempting to enter it. I just don't know how we're still in this position in 2022, that Tatcha just doesn't have any UK stockists. I've got fed up of it. So this year, I'm not going to repurchase it. I'm going to find a new primer that is readily available to me, that I can get for a fair price, that is a similar price here that it is in the rest of the world, that I can access easily without paying 3 times what people would pay in the US for that same product. So that's going to be my goal for this year, is to replace my treasured Tatcha Silk Canvas. Because as much as I love it, it does not love me back. The second resolution I'm going to make for this year is to line my lips more often. A bit like doing a winged liner. I feel like my lips just look so much better when I line them, but I'm lazy. That's the honest truth. A lot of the time I skip it. Even today with doing a bright red lip, I really should have lined. It would have been much crisper, much neater, would have looked much more, you know, just chef's kiss. And I just couldn't be bothered, just rushed, whacked it on and went. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I do notice such a difference when I line my lips. I feel like it just looks crisper, neater, more put together. And I just really notice a difference in longevity as well. I now have Lisa's liners that go with all of her stunning lipsticks and a lot of other lipsticks I own as well. So there's no excuse. okay? Especially with deeper or with nudes. I find that when I use liners with nudes, they just make them look so much more flattering on your skin tone, whereas a lot of nudes are too light for me. Using the right liner makes them like perfect. So that's my goal this year, is to make lining my lips almost like an every time I do my makeup thing. My next resolution, I guess, is more of a goal really. My goal, my makeup goal, my thing that I want to master this year. Like last year I wanted to master a winged liner. This year I want to master a cat eye. I cannot do, what I'm specifically talking about is the inner corner flick of liner. I've been trying to do that lazily on and off. I'll give it a go every now and then, but with no kind of commitment to achieving it and to nailing it. And I feel like I can do it. I just need to practice. I need to attack it. I need to do it more often. I just need to keep trying and practicing, and I feel like I can do it. I always kind of do it at the end of the day when I'm about to take my makeup off, because I'm not confident enough to do it in the day. And that is one of those things that if you mess it up, you can't just save it. With a winged liner, you can always get a baby wipe and clean it up or whatever. Whereas doing it on the inner corner, if you completely make a hash of it, you're kind of done for. Like there's no real coming back. It's a lot of work to undo that. So it's a high risk technique, the cat eye, or that little, you know what I'm talking about, the little whoop in the middle of the, not in the middle of the eye, in the corner of the eye. You know what I'm talking about, right? The little whoop. I'll put a picture up, probably from Hindash, who literally does the world's best one. That is my goal for this year. I want to nail that. I want to be able to do that with confidence as much as I can. My winged liner, I want to be able to do that liner because I think it's stunning and it makes your eyes look like 5 times bigger. My next resolution, which is a controversial one if you know me, is to try more creams. Why do I do this to myself? You will know I'm a bit of a cream hater. Not really a fan, don't really love creams. There's a few I found this year that I would tolerate, that I don't mind, that are okay, that I will use. That's about the best that I can say about creams. I shy completely away from them, but I try to remind myself that actually reviewing creams and cream products on my channel is actually really helpful because I'm not good with them. I don't love them. So actually, if it works on me, it must be flipping phenomenal. Okay, so it's actually very useful probably to you guys, because if you love creams and I like a cream, you are gonna like, it's going to be life-changing for you. And if, like me, you hate creams and you shy away from them and you don't like them and you're scared of them, but then I find one that does work, then it might be worth trying for you. So I feel like it's useful for you. I feel like it's always good to try things that are new. I don't like change much, to be honest, but for you, I'll give it a try. Don't say I don't do anything for you. And lastly, on my makeup resolutions list is to try more brands. I definitely feel like I get into a bit of a, not necessarily a rut, I've kind of got into my comfort zone, that these are the brands that I know I like, that I know their products are good, that they just kind of resonate with me. And I tend to have I feel like I've kind of closed the door on a lot of brands because it's not a brand that I love and that their aesthetic doesn't kind of fit with me. I don't feel like I'm their target market. So I just completely don't use them. So some of those brands would be, like in recent years, Too Faced. I feel like Huda Beauty, I've kind of lost my interest in that brand this year. I don't use a lot of Chanel. I kind of stick to Chanel's cheek products and not so much their eyeshadow. Tom Ford, again, is one that I tend to pass and skip on a lot. I haven't tried Storat. I haven't tried, other than base products, Shisedio. Again, there's a lot of brands that I kind of dip my toe in certain categories, but not in others. So I'm going to really try to expand the brands that I use, that I try and that I review for you guys this year, and not to just stick with the ones that I know and love and my safe brands. And hopefully that will give you guys a lot more value as well. So there you have it. Those are my 5 makeup resolutions. Please join me and make some of your own and let me know what they are going to be in the comment section. I'd love us to all play along together, and we can again make this video in a year's time and see how we all got on and how we did and how successful we were with our resolutions. These are really the only resolutions I'm interested in making. So there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this video and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.